All right, so I told Summer, and she can't even believe it, there was another fatal dog attack. A pit bull mix. There was just one picture of it. And these people were babysitting a 15-month-old. You know, I've got a word of advice. I mean, just as a general rule, don't have babysitters with pit bulls. And no amount of anybody convincing me, saying that it's the sweetest dog or anything. And I've got to tell you, I am glad I saw that video of those pit bulls with those kittens, because it did radically alter my thinking. Because if you had showed me that and said, this dog is going to kill a kid in 6 months, or these dogs will kill a kid, I would say, I would have really said that's surprising, because they're not showing any interest at all in these kittens. And that is a good, can you believe Skylar? He is unbelievable. Skylar is our crazy deaf little blind dog. And I said, Summer, he's, you know, I don't know, he was out there bothering Zip or something. So I told Summer, I said, just put him in my room, where I have a baby gate. Well, no.
Yeah.
No, he spends 23 hours a day in there sleeping, but he doesn't want to be in there right now. So he's in there beating on the gate.
To stand in the middle of
Anyway, so yeah, that's, you know, there's been about 5 or 6 cases already of, and that's just common sense. You cannot, the problem, and I'm going to explain to you exactly what the problem with pit bulls is, you know, and they're not all bad. It's just that the ones that are bad are lethal. And the percentage of them bad is higher due to genetic loading for aggression and not even aggression. And it boils down to this. If you really look at it on a clinical level in dogs and animals in general, the individuals with higher testosterone are going to have higher aggression. And I'm talking about true aggression, not, you know, some of the saber rattling, this, that, and the other. And it's like dogs with Zip. Even though you neuter them, they're still hyper developed in that area due to the high levels of testosterone. I'm sure there are people arguing. I'm sure someone's going to come on here with a Chihuahua and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. But, you know, and the people that say that Chihuahuas are the meanest dogs, I'll tell you who has, what breed of dog has high levels of testosterone. Chihuahuas. I mean, they're sexually mature at 6 months old, a lot of them. Labradors aren't. And they have much higher levels of testosterone. That's why these working line German Shepherds, yeah, if you don't think men in Germany, and I will tell you, that breed was developed by men. You know, Max von Stephanitz was clearly men. Of course, it's an androgynous name. So. Skylar's like he's like a little monster movie. Put Skylar in that Frankenweenie costume and just shoot at us. He's like a little monster that's chasing me around. But that's the reality of it. Even in men, and I think if you went to women's prison, you would see individuals, you know, testosterone-laden females, and that's why even in pit bulls, you're getting the genetic loading. You're getting that doubling up on that testosterone, which is an unstoppable force of nature. Even if you're spaying and neutering, I mean, and if you're not, the ones that aren't being spayed and neutered are, generally speaking, lethal. You know, maybe not to humans, but to cats. And all pit bulls aren't cat killers. I mean, they don't all have a predilection for cats, the way some breeds do. Anyway, that's not, you know, that's the reality. The percentage of those dogs that have high levels of testosterone that suffer, and I say suffer because when you're looking, you know, when you're not looking for animals that, figuratively speaking, have big balls, you don't want animals with a lot of testosterone. Because when you're talking about big balls, you're talking about, you know, I mean, honestly, a lot of things, a fierceness of going at things is what, you know, I think that means, you know, fierce heart. But, you know, in animals, it tends not to have a pureness the way it can in people. I mean, people can have a fierce heart. I mean, RFK. In fact, I should tell Mark to get me an autographed RFK picture. Or would that seem creepy? And then this is what happens. This is what happens. RFK Jr. tells the CIA, get rid of her. And to them, that means really get rid of her. Next thing, I'm on a plane to Siberia. Or maybe that's the KGB that does that. Anyway. All right, Stacey. So you got a 3-part one today, and we are off to do videos. Love you, girl. Bye.